What is up, everybody? It's your boy Sean here, and I got John with me. Another episode of the GunplaCave. Today, we are going to be talking about The Witch from Mercury, which is the upcoming Gundam anime that we are both really excited about. For this episode, I'm kind of going to let John take the lead on it since he has been a fan longer and he knows more about the series than I do. So, John, go ahead and take it away.
All right. So, The Witch from Mercury, from what I've seen in the trailers, it looks pretty interesting. I do like how the art style and um, the colors are kind of like just pops up everywhere.
Mhm.
The mecha designs, I'm kind of torn between. Like, I do really like them a lot, and I also don't like them. So, the thing I like about them is that they're unique and different because this is the first Gundam that's kind of had a different body to it. It's not just your usual blocky body where it's like has a big backpack or something like that. This is just a your main mobile suit, just looking pretty different and interesting. And it also looks like it has some kind of psycho frame in its chest or something that activates in it. It looks pretty interesting.
So, what
Um,
do you what do you not like about the Gundam design?
um, the one thing I don't like is just kind of like um the lower part of it. It just kind of looks a little off to me. Like
The,
I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but it just looks a little off.
the lower part?
Yeah, the upper half looks fine, but the lower half, I don't know. There's just something about it that throws me off.
Huh. I like to me, from what I saw from the trailers, it looks kind of pretty standard. It looks like kind of your typical Gundam, just like a little bit more modernized. But I mean, that also has to do with the animation because the animation just looks so new and so good that that might translate with the new design.
Yeah. Um, it almost gives me unicorn slash Barbados vibes. You don't know them yet, Sean, but you will one day.
Wait, Unicorn?
Yeah.
Are you talking about that big ass one that you have with the red?
Yeah. But you
Yeah,
don't
I
know about the Barbados.
no, I don't know about the Barbados, but I know about Unicorn.
Yeah. So
John,
the
the
unicorn,
unicorn's pretty hard to miss. It's big as fuck.
yeah. But if you saw those like red translucent peaks in its chest, that's giving me the unicorn vibe. And just
Oh, okay.
kind of the armor stacking on it just kind of reminds me of Barbados vibe, but you'll see what a
Okay.
Barbados looks like later.
I mean, I haven't seen it in the animes, but I've seen it like the model kits for Unicorn. I don't know about Barbados. You're probably right about that. So,
But other than that, like the animation and uh, the mobile suits, they do look very, very nice and very cool. And I don't know what it means by witch for Mercury. Is she like a witch or does she have powers or something? I'm not too sure on that.
well, in the trailer, it says a witch and then it goes to like a shot of her. So I assume she is one, but like I'm just curious if they're going to implement that into like the story, like, or how they fight with Gundams, or if that's just going to be like a side thing, you
Yeah,
know?
but witch is just kind of a vague term to put on something.
That is true. I mean, they could just call her a witch and like, she has like no, she doesn't do witchcraft at all, like doesn't know spells, anything like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. When I saw that title, I was like kind of confused as well. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah,
But
so
I think it's cool that they're doing something different.
do you know the main mobile suit's name?
No, I don't.
It's a Gundam Ariel.
Ariel?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is why
And
I'm letting you take the lead.
and I also think the main or not protagonist, the main antagonist, his suit is kind of pretty cool as well.
uh
It
is that the gray? Is it, which one is that in the trailer? Is it shown in the trailer or no?
um I think it might be shown in the trailer, but uh there are two of them. One's name I can't remember, and one's name and the other one, which is just like a color swap of the main one, his name is Larareth.
Huh. That's a cool name.
Yeah, so they look pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited to watch it when it comes out. Um, are you Sean?
Oh yeah. No, dude, that like I said, the animation and just like I don't know, it looks pretty different. Again, there's been so many different iterations of Gundam that like, it's kind of hard to like try different things or try to come up
Yeah,
with different things, but it looks like for the most part they're kind of achieving it.
yeah, with so many mobile suits that have spanned throughout the years and still going strong to this day. The people who are designing are pretty much like, man, what are the new things can we come up with?
Yeah. So they decided to like add a witch into it. I mean, like cuz we don't really know a whole lot about the story. Like from your research, have you like do you know like can you describe anything that you've read or any like maybe leaks or like just like any
Uh,
predictions?
Not much talk has been around it since there's literally just like two trailers out that don't show much. So from what I've seen and what I've heard, I haven't seen much on the story or anything, just predictions and speculations.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, John. Like out of what is like the main takeaway that you want from this anime? Is it like you're excited for the new like model kits? Are you excited for like the new
Um,
storylines? Like what is the main takeaway that you want from this new anime?
the main takeaway I would like from it would obviously be the model kits, which I love doing, but I also would like to see them do another story that kind of branches off into its own little separate universe, like how they did with so many other series. Like I'm not expecting it to be like 25 episodes, but maybe like a movie length or just a couple episodes. It'll be kind of interesting to see like these new Gundam and these new Gundam designs and these new characters get a little backstory of what they have and this mobile suit that came to be.
Um, okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. So, do you remember that movie that we watched at the festival in Wichita? Do you remember what it was called? It was a Gundam.
Um, I can't remember what movie we watched. Did we?
No, it was a Gundam movie.
I think we planned on watching it, but we never did watch
No,
it.
we did watch it. We went into the little one of the panels and we watched it.
Oh yeah, that was Gundam Hathaway.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, last month we actually got to attend an anime festival in Wichita, Kansas, and it was super dope. John, did you think it was a good festival?
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, we both loved every second of it. Sadly, there wasn't a whole lot of like Mech Gundam stuff, but there was plenty of other anime stuff that me and him and our wallets were hurting afterwards.
Mine more than yours.
Yeah. I mean, I was close, but yeah, it was such a good time. But yeah, one of the things that we got to do that was Gundam related was we got to watch I think one of the newer Gundam movies in a panel room with a bunch of other fans and it was cool. I'll be honest though, like I wasn't crazy about it. Like I felt like I don't know, I felt like it was majority of it was just kind of like back and forth between the two characters. There wasn't a whole lot of action.
Yeah, when you have a movie, usually the action comes in like little spurts and obviously at the end.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. To me, I would maybe have to rewatch it, but that's like the newest. I think that's the newest Gundam movie slash anime that I've watched besides Build Fighters, and I wasn't crazy about it. So
Sean did like the mobile suits designs though.
yeah, the designs were good, and I mean the action was good too. It's just like I don't know. To me personally, and I might get shit on for this, but like if I want to watch like anything mech related, I want to see mechs fighting. Like sue me, but that's what I want. So
I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I love to see my mechs fight. I don't want to see just back and forth conversations with one character and another, and the whole personal dynamic with this other character. I kind of am with you. I do want to see the mobile suits fights,
I mean,
but
I'm all about character growth. Like I
yeah,
want to see
I'm
the
not
character.
against that either.
Yeah, I want to see that too. It's just, if like I'll put it this way, if that's 75% of what I'm watching and then like 25% is them fighting, I'm going to be disappointed. Like there's just no other way to say it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I like I do love character development and character stories and uh seeing more of what this character is, but I don't want to sit through a whole movie where the majority was that. And I'm like, okay, well, the whole movie was pointless kind of now.
Yeah. I mean, so like, is that like a fear that you have with this newer anime? Do you think that if you had to guess, do you think, again, we don't have a lot of information, but do you think that it's going to fall, it could fall under that? Or do you think it,
I have a very, very strong suspicion that it will, because Gundam is usually known for that trope, for establishing the characters very, very in detail and then getting some mech fights.
but like, what about from what we've gathered from the trailers and the research and just like, just what we've read, what makes you think that this specific one is going to maybe follow under that trope?
Because, well, I don't think they would stray for Gundam is always known for getting their characters their big and in-depth backstory. Like they want this whole character that they have fleshed out to the very end. And then once they're done with that, then they can do the mech fights. But that's always happened in every movie I've seen, which granted I've only seen three movies, but every every movie that I've seen from Gundam always has that trope where they would flesh out the main character, maybe a side character, all the way to the very end, and then get their mic fights in.
Yeah, I think Gundam Wing kind of does this too. They kind of like go back and forth with a lot of characters, like Zex and Relina. They kind of like really, kind of like they can't like there are moments where like they really focus on them, and then there are just episodes where like they don't give a shit about them. Like they're barely in it. They're not focused on it all. They just go back and forth with so many characters that like I think that's like one of the main reasons why I kind of have a love hate relationship with Wing and like maybe a couple of other Gundam animes, but like Wing specifically is a prime example of that. And I kind of get what you're saying with
Yeah, so with
some of the other
movies,
animes.
they kind of have a thing where they'll flesh out the whole character and then do the mech fights. And since they only have like maybe hour, 2 hours to do this, they have to flesh out as much as they can for the character.
Yeah, which again, I get it. They want us to give a shit about the characters. They want us to care about the characters, which I do want to care about the characters, but it has to be in a way that doesn't feel forced.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It has to
Where it's
be
just like,
like earned. Like you have to like it like organically, you have to like want the characters. They
yeah,
have to win you over.
you can't just like have a like tragic backstory and be like, yeah, we accept it, but they have to like get some tragic backstory, do some epic fight thing, and see what the feedback is from everyone.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know if this one again, I don't know. Like there's just so little information, but my hope is that the character that we're presented, this female lead that supposedly is a witch, that they do give us a unique backstory, and maybe it does fall in line of like, witchcraft or something like that, and they implement that into the Gundam because you never know. Because I mean, there have been pirate Gundams, there's been all these different iteration of Gundams. So I mean, why would they stray away from like doing like a witchcraft Gundam? You know?
If they did a witchcraft Gundam and it somehow kind of like connected with the Gundam or like remotely controlled it, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Like I'm all for them like doing different things as long as they do it in a way that works, which I know is very broad, but that's just the way to say it. So
Yeah. So like if they like somehow if she somehow mechanically like uh control the Gundam without being inside of it, or like it could like walk on its own, that'd be pretty interesting. Like if she could control it like remotely, like without being inside of it, or if it could like uh go on its own, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah, no, there's a lot of cool ideas that they could get away with that. So again,
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying that's like a necessarily a prediction, but like a crazy like idea that could happen. So that just sits with me. So not necessarily a prediction.
Yeah. I'm really hoping to be proved wrong about what I said about how it first focuses on the characters and then the mechs. I really hope I'm wrong about that, where like they actually do like 50 to 60% mech fights and then story.
Yeah, I just hope that they kind of do both. They find a way to kind of make like the like whatever they're doing, whatever universe they're setting up, they just try to make it as like different because obviously most of them are going to take place in space. But if they introduce us to like these new planets or like these new like ways to control Gundams and stuff like this, like I'd be all for that.
Yeah, me too. So we just have a couple trailers, but not very much information on the trailers.
Because it's coming out in what, October?
I think that's what it said.
Okay. So yeah, we've still got quite a bit of a couple of months for them to release a bit more information and see. Do you plan on picking up the model kits like right when they come out?
I'll first have to see reviews on them and then I'll make my choice.
I would definitely build the main Gundam so far because that's the only one that I've really seen. But I like its design. I think it's cool. I think it'll look nice in my collection.
Yeah, so I have to first see a review and then I have to make my choice.
That's fair. That's fair. Do
Yeah,
you plan on the high grade or the master grade?
I obviously will go for master grade
Oh, okay.
because
He said
I
I'd obviously go for the master grade.
I only do high grade if it
He's like,
comes in
don't
high
belittle
grade.
me, Sean, with those high grades.
I only do high grades if it only comes in high grade. If it is available in master grade, I will always get master grade.
Yeah, no, I like we've said in the that's pretty much what we've said in the previous podcast is that like master grade is our go-to. So I feel like don't they usually start out with high grades, then go to master grades? Or am I
Yeah, they
wrong?
will usually start out with high grades, and if it has enough demand or value and I guess um, feedback or good feedback, they'll then go for master grade. But usually it
Okay.
always first comes in high grade.
That's what I figured. Like it to me, that makes more sense because it's probably more expensive to produce master grades because it's more parts in more detail. So
Yep. So it only if it has good feedback and enough, I guess.
oh, like just people wanting to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So audience. Is that the term you were looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Cool.
know why I couldn't think of audience.
Cool. I think that's pretty much all we have to say for now on this new announcement. So thank you guys so much for watching and sorry about the delay. Both this week has been kind of crazy for me and John. Me personally, I've just been recovering from being sick the last couple of days, so I wasn't able to record this earlier. So and John's just so busy with his OnlyFans. So
Yeah, I've been having technical issues with my OnlyFans. I'm trying to get the content out, but just won't.
but yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we'll have these podcasts out for you Saturday, and hopefully we're planning on doing some model kit reviews and just some other Gundam related content. So stay tuned for that, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.